Have you ever walked through an ancient forest or stood at the foot of a towering mountain and felt like you were being watched? It's a primal feeling, a whisper from a time when the world was wilder, more mysterious. For centuries, people across Scandinavia have shared stories of the beings who dwell in these remote places, the trolls. But where do these tales come from? Are they just fairy tales, or is there something more to them? Let's journey back in time, deep into the heart of Norse mythology and Scandinavian folklore, to uncover the origins of the troll. Unlike the goofy, colorful creatures you might see in movies today, the original trolls were forces of nature, ancient and formidable. The word itself, troll, is believed to be linked to old words meaning to bewitch or to harm, and that's exactly what they did. In the earliest sagas, like the poetic Edda, trolls weren't a single, defined species. The term was often used as a catch-all for various malevolent beings, giants, sorcerers, spirits of the dead, anything that lived outside the bounds of human society and posed a threat. They were the other, the embodiment of the raw, untamed wilderness. Think of them less as a specific monster and more as a description of something chaotic and dangerous. These beings were often described as gigantic, ugly, and incredibly strong, but not very bright. They lived in caves, mountains, or dense forests, far from the warmth of human hearths. They were said to be nocturnal, turning to stone if touched by the rays of the sun. This detail is fascinating because it perfectly captures the nature of the landscape itself. A strange rock formation seen at dusk could easily look like a hunched figure, and by the light of day, it's just a stone again. The landscape itself becomes the monster. As Christianity spread through Scandinavia, the image of the troll began to shift. They became more distinctly monstrous, often depicted as enemies of the church. Stories abound of trolls trying to destroy churches by throwing massive boulders, which explains the many large, isolated stones you can find scattered across the Scandinavian countryside today. They were a symbol of the old pagan ways, a formidable but ultimately defeatable foe for the new faith. Over time, the trolls shrank, both in size and in their level of threat. They evolved in folklore from colossal mountain giants into smaller, more varied creatures. You had the hulking forest trolls, the skogstroll, and the smaller, more gnome-like trolls who lived underground or in burial mounds, the hulderfolk, or hidden people. These smaller trolls were more mischievous than purely evil. They might steal livestock, swap a human baby for one of their own, a changeling, or lead travelers astray. But they could also be helpful if treated with respect. Leaving a bowl of porridge out for a household troll, or *TOMTE*, could ensure your farm's prosperity. This shows a shift in humanity's relationship with the wild. As we tamed the land, our perception of its spirits also became less terrifying. This brings us to the most compelling part of the troll legend, the eyewitness accounts. For generations, people living in remote parts of Norway, Sweden, and Iceland have shared personal stories, passed down as absolute fact. These aren't just ancient myths, they are family histories. Imagine a lone farmer heading home at twilight. He takes a shortcut through the woods and sees a massive moss-covered shape move between the trees. It looks like a walking hill, with a long nose and deep-set eyes that glint in the fading light. He freezes, his heart pounding. The creature doesn't seem to notice him and lumbers on, disappearing into the rocky crags. The farmer rushes home, pale and shaken, and tells his family what he saw. This story is told to his children and his children's children, becoming a part of their local history. Or consider the tales of fishermen along the Norwegian fjords. They'd speak of seeing strange figures on desolate shores at night, figures too large to be human, who would vanish when approached. They'd blame lost nets and strange currents on the shadowy, the sea troll. These weren't just spooky stories told around a fire. They were explanations for the unexplainable, a way to make sense of a dangerous and unpredictable world. Many of these sightings are linked to specific real-world locations. There are mountains in Norway known as the Trolltunga or the Troll Wall Trollveggen. There are forests where locals will warn you not to wander after dark. These places have a palpable atmosphere, a sense of ancient power that makes the stories feel incredibly real. You can stand there, looking at a bizarre rock formation that looks uncannily like a petrified giant, and for a moment you believe. Psychologists and folklorists suggest these experiences are a blend of real phenomena and cultural belief. The human brain is wired to see faces and figures in random patterns, a phenomenon called pareidolia. In a dark forest, a gnarled tree stump can easily become a crouching troll. The sound of the wind through the pines can become a guttural whisper. When you grow up hearing stories about trolls in the mountains, your brain is primed to interpret these ambiguous sights and sounds in a specific way. But does that make the experience any less real for the person who has it? For the person who swears they saw something move in the shadows, the fear and awe are genuine. The troll becomes a living symbol of nature's power, its mystery, and our own smallness within it. From ancient godlike giants to mischievous forest dwellers and even the modern colorful figures in pop culture, the troll has had an incredible journey. They are a reflection of our changing relationship with the natural world, from a terrifying, untamable force to a place of wonder and adventure. So the next time you're out in nature, far from the city lights, Take a moment to look a little closer at that strange shadow or that oddly shaped boulder. Listen to the wind. You might just feel that ancient whisper, a reminder of a time when the world was full of magic and trolls roamed the mountains. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the heart of folklore. If you enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't want to miss our next adventure into the world of myth and mystery. See you next time.